nation signed some kind of contract. At the beginning it said, all human beings are born free and equal in dignity and rights. Some of the countries who signed this contract seem to have had a little trouble getting it. Because since 1961, there's an organization that fights to try and make them respect that contract. This organization is called Amnesty International, and that's my topic. Basically, who are there? They are non-governmental and non-profit organizations. So that means that their goal is not to make money, and they don't accept any kind of money from any kind of government, so that they can remain free of making observations about human rights. Today I'm going to talk about the history of this organization, the genesis, the establishment, and its purposes. The founding, so where does the money come from? How do they use it? And how do they promote themselves and their goals? And I'm going to tell you a few facts about this organization. So the genesis, at the beginning, it's an English lawyer with Peter Van Enten that hears about a story about two students in Portugal that had been arrested because they celebrated some kind of a freedom protest by raising a toast to freedom. And at the time, Portugal was a dictatorship, and even celebrating the fact that freedom exists was illegal. Those two prisoners had quite the publicity around the world, and this lawyer decided to try and do something to make them get their freedom back. He made an article in a British journal called The Focus on Prisoners, and it led to a bunch of people from all around the world trying to raise awareness about political prisoners via a manifest called Appeal for Amnesty in 1969. A few months later, after all people from the world who signed this appeal came to London, and they lit a candle in one of London's chapels. The candle will become the symbol of the organization. So it was the real genesis and the beginning of this. It was established during a convention, so formally established before the Great War, during a convention from people from Belgium, Germany, United Kingdom, France, Switzerland, Ireland, and the USA in 1962. The purposes are to defend the rights of prisoners of conscience and to defend human rights around the world everywhere they are violated or endangered. So I'll talk to you about the history, and I'm going to talk to you about the money which is necessary for any organization. That funding comes from private support, mostly. So private support, it's you, it's me, it's any person who wants to make a donation. It's about 89% of their income, and the other 11% comes from small businesses and fundraising. So it's not donation, it's you do an event, and for example, you auction a kiss from a very well-known star, and the prices go up and down, and you raise enough money. The businesses Amnesty accepts funding for, they say that they are carefully vetted because they need to be funded by businesses that are respectful of human rights. How do they use the money? There's some experts to victims. They were the first to do that. It means that if you see a violation of human rights in your country, you can ask for them to come and take your testimony, and try to see for themselves how human rights are violated. There are also trials, either being the trials, for example, in Rwanda, after the genocide, they had like public trials, but organized by the people without any kind of justice official watching over it. So Amnesty acted as an official to try and make sure that human rights were observed. They do direct lobbying in the UN, in Washington, particularly for torture, death penalty, and Guantanamo Bay. And the human rights education all around the world, some of us might have seen them in school when they were kids. They were usually the people that were going to talk to us about the children's rights, the Declaration of Children's Rights. Raising awareness, that's the last part of Amnesty. That's what they are most commonly known for. They do shocking campaigns on internet, on television, on radio, to try and raise awareness for specific problems of human rights. This one is a few weeks old. It's from the UK. It's supposed to ask Russia's government to stop discriminating about LGBT people because saying that gay is equal to straight in Russia can send you to prison. This one is 2 years old. It's in the US to ask for the closing of Guantanamo. It's still one of Amnesty's biggest and most advertised facts. So a few facts. Amnesty won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1972 for having contributed to freedom and therefore peace around the world. They won the UN Human Rights Prize in 1968, and they organized the biggest concert event of all time in 1988 for the 40th anniversary of the Declaration of Human Rights with people like Bruce Springsteen or Tracy Chapman. So I'll talk to you about the history, the genesis, the foundation in 1961. I'll talk to you a little bit about money. If you need any kind of additional information about money from Amnesty International, their 2012 financial report is available on their website. And I've told you a few facts about Amnesty and its system. So my sources, their official website, Amnesty.org, Keepers of the Flame, Understanding Amnesty International by Stephen Kirk, which is like someone who tried to explain and defend Amnesty in his thesis. And the financial facts were reported. Thank you for your attention. Do you have any questions?
All right, Mari, visual aids. So I would say pictures. Let's have pictures. Do more pictures. Okay, so it's a good visual aid. It's very clean, clear. It's easy to read, but visuals, like give a picture. So if you're talking about, for example, the Nobel Peace Prize, have a picture, have an image. If you're talking about the concert, if it's a large concert, a large worldwide concert, I'm assuming there are pictures somewhere on the internet of it. So let's see it. I mean, yeah, people are visual learners. People are auditory learners, listening. They're visual learners, so they like to see and read. And part of visual would be pictures. I mean, a picture is worth 1,000 words, right? So the PowerPoint, the visual aid should usually be mostly visual. Yours is really, it's good that it's short. You don't have a lot of words on it, and it is very clear. But visual aids, pictures, pictures, pictures. So again, visual aids should be mostly visual and somewhat textual. Majority visual pictures. Also, when you're gesturing, just think about what you're going to do with the left hand, because you've got the right hand, but you've got two. So this one was kind of down at your side the whole time, and then this is the one who was gesturing. Usually if you have a PowerPoint clicker, so that, you know, if you have something in your hand that you're using, then you would gesture with the other. So you've got this one to click the PowerPoint with, and this one to gesture with. So again, if you're right-handed, which it appears you are right-handed, so you might want to put the PowerPoint clicker on the left, and then you can gesture with the right, because this arm is like dead at the side. You've got two, so use both. In terms of content, I thought the content was pretty good. The volume needs to be louder. It was hard to hear you a lot of the time. I mean, louder. So pretty much about where my voice is at now is where it should be. So it's a little hard to hear you back here. I'm not sure. I think you said 72 instead of 77, but I'm not sure because I couldn't.
I said 62 for when they...
72 for the Nobel Prize. But it was hard to hear you, so I couldn't be sure if I heard that or not. So for the content, I thought the content was pretty good. I mean, you talked about the various ways they're funded. Businesses, I might have given some examples of business that's an okay business or a business that's... Anonymous? Okay. So the funding I thought was good. You even gave an example when you talked about, they do like fundraising, like activities. You gave an example of like a celebrity donating, auctioning a kiss or something, right? So the content was pretty good. I would just say the delivery, gesturing, visual aids, and projection, voice projection. The volume needs to be louder. If they can't hear you, they can't grade you. As far as eye contact, I mean, you look at the PowerPoint, sometimes you look up a lot, but not too bad. But yeah, I would say the content is stronger and the delivery needs work. So kind of like the opposite of Isaka, who had really good delivery. He looked really confident up there, but the content was weaker. Whereas on your side, the content is strong, and then we just need a little bit better on the delivery, the volume, and the gesturing. But other than that, the content was pretty good. All right, any other volunteers? Next. All right, give me a moment. And again, one more thing, facts for like a main point. Facts, I don't know if I would just put facts, because facts could be about like miscellaneous. I feel like if it's a fact, you could fit it somewhere. Like try to have content which is main points. If you're going to have 3 main points, have main points which are like cohesive and all together, so that the facts, the statistics, the research all connects for that main point. So again, like history, funding, activities, so everything kind of goes cohesively together. Sometimes if you have miscellaneous facts, you just can't include everything. So things like the Nobel, you might put like awards and achievements, something like that. I don't know if a concert is really an achievement, but something like that, maybe awards and achievements instead of facts. So again, with the main point, no furthermore. All right, next, let's go with Lexi.